way you guys are winning this year with the comebacks and everything compared to last year? How do you explain the difference in how you guys won last year? A lot of easy wins, record number of points versus all the comebacks this year.
Well, it all started last year, January 6, 2014. We had to come back, and that's when our identity became, we persevere, and we gonna start getting out the gates pretty soon here. But if you look back from my first game, first game of this year,
right?
We had to persevere and get a good win.
James, you guys were down at halftime, and there's that interception just before the half. What was the mood like in the locker room, and then were there any speeches given, anything like that?
It was similar. It's been like that for a couple games this year. And we knew what we had to do. We knew that the fans were going to start getting to the game. We knew that the players, Miami played tremendous. They came out and their intensity was higher than ours that first half. But we did what we've been doing all year. We persevered and came back.
James, your defense, second half, 3 points. You kind of sparked that, getting guys in offense, so your defense was getting the stops you needed.
Oh, they did tremendous, man. I feel like they did tremendous the whole game. Early in the game, we had a couple drives, a couple 3-and-outs, and one turnover that kind of hurt them a little bit. But when our defense get to rolling, and we got some great coaches and we got some great players over there, and they're hard to score against.
James, I asked Coach Fisher this. It looked like in the second half you guys kind of switched up a little bit, and it wasn't so much emphasis on vertical as it was going horizontal, hitting the guys crossing on those crossing routes. Was that a little bit of a change y'all made at the half?
Well, we did that some in the first half, but the main thing was getting the ball in those playmakers' hands. And we had a couple guys made a lot of plays. About 10 people had touched the ball tonight in the passing game, so that's very important, getting everybody the ball, making everybody happy.
Jameis, on the touchdown pass to Carlos, what are your thoughts when that ball is deflected? It's going up in the air.
Well, when the ball was deflected, I thought instantly Carlos, because Carlos had a leak, and that's the first time we actually ran that play this season. So Nick, he didn't know what actually to do, and I knew I was a little late on the throw, and they did a max drop, the defensive end drop, got his hands up, and patted the ball, but we needed a break,
It looked like having Cameron at center and then Roderick blocking the first time before he got a tackle.
Well, it was a blessing to have him in front of me. For him to just adjust from playing left tackle to center in just 1 week was amazing. And Big Rod, man, he's going to be a tremendous left tackle. He is so talented. And he's so kind. He's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. And I really congratulate him because he had a great day.
What's it say for a freshman in this environment to get a start and play as well as he did?
Well, for a freshman play, and Big Rod stepped up, and we told him that we had his back no matter what. Before Coach Fisher gave his speech, I told him, I said, Rod, we got your back. We know you got ours, so don't stress. And like again, Dalvin Cook rose to the occasion again in his hometown, man. He's amazing.
What did you think of your counterpart, Bryce Hine, a freshman?
I told him after the game, I said, keep working hard, man. He's going to be great. They had a great game. Their rushing attack was flawless. Duke was still towing the ball as always, but he's going to be a great quarterback.
3 more questions, guys. Rashad Green is out there.
And Rashad's already here. 4 true freshmen in the lineup tonight. How are you able to keep those guys calm even when you're down by some scores?
Well, they got brothers. That's one thing about this family at Florida State. We don't have a team, we have a family. And when you got brothers that that you're going to have your back, we might hit you in the mouth if you mess up. But when it's time to go play against somebody else, we're going to have your back and we're going to be there for you.
Jameis, from your vantage point, how would you describe Dalvin's touchdown run?
Well, I wasn't surprised. He's capable of doing that every time he touches the ball. He's such an amazing player. He's such an amazing person. And I look forward to seeing him in the future. And I look forward to giving him that rock again and just letting him tote it.
Could you tell that it was special for him being at home?
Of course, and I believe that played into a big part of him actually, taking it to the house because all the down south guys from our team were motivated and hyped because if you think about it, the guys that are from this area are obviously going to be more hyped because they playing against their family. They got something to lose. They got bragging rights and stuff like that, and it just meant a lot to him.
Roberto it was 3 for 3 in kicks today. Obviously, in this rivalry, there've been some missed kicks that have been big on both sides. How do you guys reward a kicker when he's been a big part of the game?
Well, it's not about the pass. We know we got Roberto. He just missed one this year. Knock on wood, but you know he's the best kicker in the game, no matter what. He's great.
One more question. All right, thanks.